What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight... Oh wow, we have not done these guys in a long time. We're coming back to Protest the Hero. Yes, indeed. Protest the Hero fans feeling you. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to do all the clicks and the likes and the bibbity-bibbity-bop, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Koriko1988 and Nick. Yes, that Nick, the same Nick that requested that I do my first reaction to Ginger. Yeah, that Nick, my old buddy Nick. Which, I'm not gonna lie, folks, makes me a little nervous. But we're gonna see what happens here. They both want to see me react to this song by Protest the Hero called Blindfolds Aside. Now, have I heard the song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, oh, wait a minute, hang on, this sounds familiar, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This was posted by Ryan M, okay? And the video has 418,000 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Protest the Hero, Blindfolds Aside. Cool. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Saw that coming. Excuse me. Excuse me again. Okay. I just got done, not too long ago, reaming Metallica for doing a lot of the same things that these guys are doing right now. The constant changing of tempo, feel, even, but not in this case, even time signature. Here's the difference, and I need to be very clear when I say this because I know Metallica fans are going to be watching this and going, well, why aren't you, reaming, these guys as hard as you ream Metallica? Metallica fans, here's the difference. Have you heard what these guys are doing? What they are doing is they are giving every single time that they switch up, feel, tempo, whatever the case may be, they are giving the listeners a chance to get into the groove. It's not changing rapidly. It's changing every 16 measures. That's the difference. That's the biggest difference. Metallica on, the Judas Kiss, they were changing feel and changing tempo and changing time signature and changing feel every 2 measures. Every 2 measures. How can you get into a groove in just 2 measures? Off of a change. You really can't unless you know what's coming. If you know what's coming and you're used to it, you've heard it 100 times, that's different. But if you're talking about listening to the song for the first time, it can be very abrasive. No, what these guys are doing is they are changing feel, they are changing tempo, but they have not actually changed time signature. It felt like it did, but they didn't. They went from 4/4, straight 4/4 feel into a 6/8 feel. That 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but it wasn't actually 6/8. They stayed in 4/4. That was really awesome. That was really well done. They're switching into that 3 feel. I'm enjoying everything I'm hearing out of this so far. The vocals are getting a little squirrely at times. They are. They're going a little out there, but they very quickly reel it back in again. So it's okay. I got no problem with it. Let's keep going. Let's see where this goes. Change up feel again and tempo a little bit. Great example right there. It changed up. It did change up. It changed up feel and it changed up tempo. But they did it for 12 measures at a little bit slower. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4. By the time they got to the 3rd measure, I had gotten back into the groove again. I had. And they did it not just for 3 or 4 measures. They did it for 12 measures. They made sure that you were able to get a chance to get back into the groove. Yes. 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 Yes.
Yes, 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 yes. Yes.
That is what I'm talking about. That is exactly what I'm talking about. I got no problem with this. None. Because they're doing it right. They're doing it the correct way. They're doing it in a way that is pleasing to the ear. They're doing it in a way that has given the listeners a chance to enjoy the groove. They're doing it in a way that gives the listeners a chance to get re-engaged with the song again. Just in case they space out. Because let's be honest, the average adult human being has an attention span of 8 seconds. Okay? So if a song goes on for longer than, if a part of a song goes on for longer than 8 seconds and there's been no change, there's a good chance you might lose that listener. The casual listener may space out. That's where you have these changes to bring them back again. Come on back, you know? Get the lasso, whoosh, come on back here. And they're going to be dragged, kicking and screaming where they want it, whether they want to or not. They're going to be dragged, kicking and screaming back to this new part that they haven't heard yet. That's smart. That is smart songwriting. And that, more than that, it's not even, I'm not talking about from a talent standpoint. I'm talking about from an intelligence standpoint. So, kudos to Protest the Hero. Let's keep going here.
Soldiers forever.
Let's get back into that.
Five soldiers forever sedated with the no one's responsible. Psychological trauma of the social justice. The time to resurrect a started lifetime to start today. My own mistakes. So all the screaming trigger. And what you got is bleed me dry. Or drop the gun and try to see away the blindfold from your eyes. Drop the gun, drop the gun, drop the gun, drop the gun. Sin I didn't care for.
Ah!
Sin
See?
that
There we go
paid my
again.
debts.
There we go again. They switched up feel, they switched up tempo, and then they stayed there for about 4 measures. No. 8 measures, I'm sorry. They stayed there for 8 measures. Just long enough to get back in the groove about halfway through it. I got about halfway through that section. I found the groove, I established the groove, and I got into it. Okay, great. About halfway through it. It took me a little longer, but I got it. But I still got it. You see, that's the point. They stayed there for 8 measures, long enough to get into it before they switched up again. Very smart. I'm digging this, man. I mean, here's the thing, they're not doing anything wrong. When they do switch up, they do, like I said, after a while. More importantly, though, what they are playing sounds really nice. The instrumentation sounds good. The tone sounds good on the guitars. Not overly muddy, so it doesn't, not overly distorted, so it sounds muddy. Just a nice, good, crunchy tone. Could be a little thicker, but I'm glad it's not. I'm glad that it is where it is. Any thicker, I think it might potentially ruin the whole song. The drumming is really coming through well. Bass is coming through in places, like in certain spots, but in other spots, you can't hear it at all, unfortunately. It's kind of getting buried. The vocals, like I said earlier, there are some times where it starts to get a little out there, but every time it starts to, it very quickly gets reeled back in. I like that. I do like that. Kind of reminds me, from a vocal standpoint only, just from a vocal standpoint, does kind of remind me a little bit of Fair to Midland and a little bit of Faith No More, just ever so slightly. I wouldn't go more than that. But I am getting some hints of that, which is nice. Let's keep going here. Let's see where this goes. We can probably finish the song out. Let's finish this out, and we'll get to the review.
A sin that
Get back into it.
sin I didn't care for, but a sin that paid my debts. A sin that fed my children, that burned my smiles and cigarettes. Sin I didn't care for, a sin that paid my debts, a sin that fed my children, that burned my smiles and cigarettes.
Long fade, extended fade. Okay. A little anticlimactic, if I'm being honest, with that approach, going to the acoustics at the end there, but it was pretty. It did sound good. It was well executed. It just felt a little anticlimactic. I mean, considering everything else that happened within the song, to end on that soft, acoustic feel, it was a little anticlimactic. But I do see why they did. They wanted to switch things up again, and that is a great way to do it. I'm not gonna lie, man. Interesting song. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Protest the Hero with Blindfolds Aside. This was a request from Kodako 1988 and my good buddy Nick. The same Nick that requested Ginger's song Pisces. Yeah, my first exposure to Ginger. That was the same Nick. So you can imagine going into this, I was just ready to step on a landmine. I'm like, where are they? But that never happened. So that was good. So let's just get to it. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna give that an 8.6. Yep, 8.6. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
This was fun to listen to. This was. Now, look, maybe part of the reason why this was so much fun is because, like, the last 4 videos I filmed were, well, not the last 4. The first 3 videos I filmed today were really kind of hard to listen to. They were very long. And one of the songs in particular, the Metallica song, really did not sit well with me. But this song was the exact antithesis of it. It was the exact opposite. Very well written, very well constructed. Some really nice changes. And the changes, and this is, okay, number 1, whenever they would change, the change felt good. It didn't feel abrupt. It didn't feel awkward. It didn't feel like you're sitting there scratching your head going, why did they do that? No, every single time they would change feel or change tempo, it felt good. It felt natural. It felt normal. So there's that. On top of it, when they did change, it wasn't rapid changes. It wasn't changing every measure or two. I think the shortest change they had was 8 measures. I think that was the shortest one. They did an 8-measure phrase. It was fast. It was like 1, 2, 3, 4. It was like that, but still 8 measures. I got 4 measures in. I found the groove. And I was able to get into it for another 4 measures before they changed their grooves again. I'm okay with that. That's fine. I enjoyed that. That was great. It's when they change, like when bands like Metallica on the Judas Kiss, when they change every 2 measures, you know, that's when I'm like, you never, why bother? You never give it, why bother changing? If you're gonna do that, why bother? It's so pointless to change for 2 measures just to go right back again. You might as well have just stayed. A 2 measure change, pointless. So, you know, they did a great job with this. Protest the Hero did an outstanding job with that. They did a great job arranging the song, laying the song out, section by section. Everything made sense. Everything led into the next part really well. Guitar sounded really nice. I like the guitar tone. The drums sounded great. Drums were solid on this. Drums were really solid. Some nice fill work to help, again, set up those changes when they would change. You would hear the drummer set them up a little bit so you knew, okay, something's happening, and then you would get it. And they would keep it there for a while. Again, thanks to the drummer, helping to establish the feel. For the most part, this song was in 4/4, for the most part. There were a couple times, actually, I think I take that back. If I'm not mistaken, the entire song was in 4/4. There were some parts where it did feel like it went into 6/8, but they didn't really go into 6/8. They just gave it a 6/8 feel, but it was still 4/4, which felt really nice. They did put the 3 against the 4 in a couple of spots, which was nice. I like that. I'm a big fan of that. Bass. There were some spots where you could hear it, but for the most part, it was kind of buried. So, I mean, that's unfortunate, but we're used to that. Us bass players, we're absolutely used to that. Unless you're in a band like Primus, where, you know, you're the star of the show and you need to be up at the front. The vocals. Okay. Vocally. Everything he did sounded good. Everything he did made sense. He did get a little out there at times, but he very quickly reeled it back in again. I may not have been the biggest fan of those instances. I was kind of like, oh God, where's he going? But then he would very quickly return back again. And I had that sigh of relief, like, okay. We're all right. We're good. I wasn't always the biggest fan of the vocals, but there's no denying the vocal talent that was going on there. So you got to give it to him. He sounded good doing it. I think that's pretty much it. I mean, I really don't have anything else to say about the song. I think it was a great song. I really do. And that's why it's getting the great score of 8.6. And yeah, I feel good with that score. I had a moment right there where I was like, should I bump it up to an 8.7? No. That I might be doing that as a knee-jerk reaction to the horrible song I just heard from Metallica. So no, I'm gonna leave it at 8.6. I think that's a safe score. Let's stick with that. So yeah. 8.6 is where we're at. 8.6 is where we're going to stay. So, 8.6, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully, I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.